So as you know, I go to the gym most days to try
Mhm.
and keep myself active,
Yeah,
do your walks on the promenade and
yeah,
go bike, stuff like that.
yeah,
But Mike and I go to the gym at 8 o'clock and spend 90 minutes pushing weights and having to go on the
yeah,
treadmill.
yeah,
Right. It keeps it keeps the gym owner wealthy, so that's all right for her.
yeah, yes.
She's all right. Mike recently was wanting to up the ante and set us both up for some lessons in Krav Maga, an Israeli martial arts developed
Yeah,
by the Israeli army.
yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if that's a good thing at the moment. Anything related to that neck of the woods is not in the mode, should we say, at the moment.
Really? Must got something going on there.
So, I'll never become a bodybuilder like Arnold,
Yeah,
nor world champion in Israeli martial arts.
yeah,
It's just to keep a hand in and
yeah.
try and get my midriff.
Mm.
Although that little job seems to be quite a big job lately,
Well,
as my midriff grows.
yeah,
And I'll never say that I will reach my target, even if it kills me, because other people have, and it did.
mm. Yes.
The latest fitness fanatic who's in a bit of a bind is a lady called Laura Storr, a 35-year-old fitness instructor, originally from Shenfield in Essex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In 2020, she went to the city of Riyadh in Saudi Arabia to open a gym, like a boutique gym.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She was there for a couple of years before she felt difficulty breathing, and after a visit to her Middle Eastern doctor, discovered she had pulmonary veno occlusive occlusive disease,
Yeah.
which has no cure. This disease has no cure.
Yeah.
But the only way to cure it is by a lung transplant. Get rid
Yeah.
of the lung she's got, stick other ones in the place.
Yeah.
The disease, it constricts the blood vessels in the lungs, making it hard for the heart to supply oxygen to the lungs,
Yeah.
making it impossible to breathe.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
So after 6 years, she's wanting to return to the UK to have a lung transplant. Very luckily paid for by the NHS,
Okay.
because normally more than 3 years outside of the UK, you're not classed anymore as a resident
Yeah.
in the UK
Yeah.
and don't have the right for treatment.
Yes. Yeah. I went
You have
through
to
this.
requalify.
Yeah.
But luckily, she found a hospital and an NHS trust to foot the bill.
Mhm.
Now, her family, after doing the she's a life and soul and has one of the kindest hearts cliches, have set up a GoFundMe page to pay for a flight back to the UK.
Okay. It's
Because
just, yeah.
these days, the flight costs around £100,000 because of the missiles flying overhead,
Yeah.
and
With love.
that is her current plight.
Yeah. Okay.
Now she's
Well,
got to get this money to get this flight back to the UK.
yeah.
So I need to ask myself, if a person working in fitness and the body is my temple and all that, could they have done things differently so they wouldn't have got the disease, which in this case is a very rare disease?
Yeah.
Or is it a case of destiny, where she would have got the illness no matter what?
Mm. Yeah.
Uh, is working out all the time to try and keep a perfect body all that healthy? I'll get there even if it kills me.
Mm.
Famous last words for Jackson Tippett, 30 years old in 2024. He was an Australian fitness influencer. He suffered a heart attack, but that was due to too many performance enhancing
Yeah.
substances
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
body. Ilya Yefimchik, 36 years old, 2024, a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
eating extremely high calorie diet. He had a
Yeah.
heart attack. Zauna Samsonora,
Yeah.
39 years old, in
Yeah.
2023, a raw food influencer, only ate raw food.
All right.
Died from extreme nutritional deficiencies.
Deficiency. Okay.
So
Yeah.
the, the diets that she was
Yeah.
preaching did really hold out.
Yeah.
Joe Linda, 30 years old in 2023, a fitness educator, died of a stroke. Now, and the list goes on.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
I could give you, and these are sort of well-known fitness enthusiasts that got themselves a
Yeah.
sort of an audience. You know,
Yeah.
all that trying to get that perfect physique, and here's me, a pot-bellied old fart,
Yeah.
reaching for 65 years of age, doing what I can.
Yeah.
As I said, I'll be no Arnold, nor will I become world champion,
Mm.
even if I wanted to, even if it killed me.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
See where I'm getting to.
Yes. Yeah. I think you've just written a script for an episode of House MD. Yeah. I don't know if you've watched it, but yeah, I'm watching some of them now. It's like, yeah, these rare diseases, it's pulmonary. Yeah. 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 It's definitely not lupus. It's the cry. Um, yeah. It's okay. Um, most of us want to be healthy, and you try it, and it's like you and I are keeping fit for very particular reasons. We live in a hotter climate. We like to be fit. We don't want to be having, well, you've endured a heart attack. I thankfully have not had one. Um, yeah, I mean, some things we are destined to have, and I learned this at school when I was 14 years old. Yeah, some things are just hereditary. You could have an ECG today, tomorrow, you still get it. Um, it doctors don't get that embarrassed about it. You know, okay, well, how could it get missed? Um, our body is our body. Our luck is our luck. Obviously, I believe in God. God decides my time, as it were. Yeah, maybe I can't. Yeah, can't do much about that. I mean, it's certainly not good to be overweight and to have. We all know what an unhealthy diet is: excess of sugar, excess of salt. We need some salt, we need some sugar. Yeah, we don't need excess of it. I know of people that have swapped to a almost exclusively fruit only diet and managed to get diabetes. Yeah, we are
Okay.
yeah, we are kind of carnivorous animals. Yeah. There are some people that can't eat meat because it doesn't agree with them. My sister's actually got a dog like that, but that's a different matter. Well, it's not really, but yeah, there are some people that have to have dietary things. We just don't know. And um and obviously another thing is, yeah, I know people have got it, the gluten problem. I forgot it was the celiac as well. None of us know if we've got these. None of us, some people just develop diabetes for no reason, or it seems. Yeah, they do an analysis. What did you eat this week, or what have you been eating? Um, I will admit, I think my diet in Brazil is far healthier than my diet was in the UK. Um, yeah, funny enough. When I mean the type of foods and it's fresh here and um, eating the beans and the rice and everything else, carbohydrates, things in moderation. I'm not someone that stacks my plate up to here. I eat what I need. Yeah. Don't have puddings here necessarily. So don't have the Black Forest Gâteau straight after a meal. A, because I can't really afford it, and B, it's not really done here. Um, but yeah, I like to exercise. Now, I don't, I've got a push bike that I serviced at the weekend, planning on using it this week again, get out. Um, I don't push myself. I know in my mid 50s, I'm not going to have, I'm not going to be the fitness of, like you say, a 22-year-old footballer, for example. Yeah. You see me. I'm not overweight exactly. You saw me the other day when I walked the 6 kilometers to the pub in the midday heat here. That was a little bit foolish. Yeah. I forgot to take any water with me mid journey as well. Um, but yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I do exercise not just for my physical well-being, for my mental well-being as well. Yeah. I'm not going to be an influencer. Everyone's different. I like walking by the ocean, by the sea. yeah, the tides and everything else. And yeah, I like to do. It's nice that you can look over the ocean while you're doing some chin ups, etc., or some pulls. Yeah,
Yeah. What I'm trying to get at with
yeah,
this
mm,
is the fact that um, it's the old adage that if you smoke,
mm,
you're not going to live very long. You're going to die of cancer,
yeah.
for example,
Well,
right?
you
Yet,
yeah,
yet,
increase the
yet
chances of
we
yeah,
see people of 80 years old,
yeah,
90 years
yeah.
old,
My grandma,
smoked
yeah,
all their life,
yeah,
and they've just got on with it. Or
yeah,
we can see, um, especially around these parts,
mm,
ladies of a advanced age
mm,
who are obese,
yeah,
obese
yeah,
as you know, it's like they're pregnant
yeah,
and heavily pregnant, at 70 years old.
mm,
And something would tell you that, you can't say to that person you're a heart attack waiting to happen.
no,
Because if that was the case when she was 30
yeah,
and she was the same size,
yeah,
then the heart attack would have happened. Yet
mm,
on the
mm,
other hand,
yeah,
looking on the other side of the coin,
yeah,
we've got these people that are going to the gym every day.
yeah,
And there was a guy at our gym
mm,
where we go,
yeah,
one of these footers, he died
yeah,
from a heart attack. And he was a very fit, what we would identify as a very fit, muscular sort of guy.
yeah. It,
So, but I can't really see this correlation
mm.
between gym and fitness and longevity
I, I, agree.
and and, and obesity, dying at a young age. I mean, the only difference these old ladies,
Mm,
the only difference it's going to make to them, I suppose,
mm.
is that when they do die, you're going to have another two people carrying the coffin
Well,
because of the weight. But
yeah. I mean, okay. It. I mean, it. It's like I say. Yeah. I mean, you should look at it this way. I mean, okay. So yeah, I worked with somebody that did boxing, then went into doing the Ironman competitions, etc., and had a heart attack in his late 20s. Yeah.
yeah,
Didn't die, but yeah, I don't know if he listens to this or not, but um, I wished him well. I mean, I wouldn't say he's the best mate, but I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. Yes, it can hit you at any moment. It's like I say, I mean, yes, when you go see a doctor, they sometimes say any history in your family of heart attacks, any history of this, and how far back do I go? Yeah. Um, close relatives of my family have had operations on their heart, um, which you just think, well, could that be me? Um, I'm at the stage now where I get a little tinkle, yeah, a little, oh, maybe, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I've got to watch that. And it is a worry because, yeah, we're full all the time. Be careful this, and you've got to be this. And yes, we do have these influences. Oh, you've got to be healthy and fit. That's a little bit why I'll be quite honest, I don't go to a gym. This is why I like doing what I do along the beach. Yeah. Because I can please myself. It doesn't cost me any money. I don't know that kind of spare cash. And um, yeah, I've had my go at trying different martial arts and things, and I enjoy watching it. It's just not really my thing. Um, I'm quite a big person, but um, I enjoy what I do, and that's it. And that's part of what it is. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy, doing my pulls, pull-ups, and all that. I see guys older than me that can probably do more than me, and I think fair play to you. Yeah, I just wish you didn't do it next to me because it shows me up. That's the jokey side, yeah. Um, but um, but evidently they've been probably like that for years doing that. Um, but I watch them. They get to the point where they can feel it, and they pull off. Yeah, which is what you should do at a certain age. Um, but you hear of footballers, or you see it sometimes, perfectly fit late 20s footballers. They've been playing since they're 12, 13. Yeah. Suddenly have a heart attack or suddenly have something, an episode. Um, and Yeah, they're the last people to do it, and um, no drugs involved. Now it's interesting you mentioned Arnold Schwarzenegger and building in and that. He did actually take, and he's always admitted it. You know, in fairness, he did take enhancements to get to that size in the past. Yeah, and he
Yeah,
smoked
well,
cigars. Yeah,
right. So basically, he's done everything wrong in his life
yeah,
to get everything right in his life,
yeah,
and he's still alive.
yeah.
And
Well, he had a
you know,
heart
it,
operation some years ago, but yeah,
well,
yes, yeah,
but you know, a lot of the footballers, I can tell you through experience, they wear the body out
yeah.
far
Well,
too fast.
well, that
So when they get older, they've got problems with arthritis in the knees.
yeah. Well,
And
I, I mean, I was reading a report today. It was about, yeah. Funny enough, the well, I forgot the name of it. Where they do the stunt running, where they run and they jump buildings and everything else. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, that's it.
parkour.
Parkour. Yeah, parkour. And yeah, I mean, they must really going to be suffering. Those that don't actually manage to fall off a building at some point are going to still suffer because they're bouncing their bodies against things, and then there's the stress, and they do it because they're adrenaline junkies, so that increases heart flow and everything else. And I was reading it, and then I was reading. You read some of the comments on some of these videos because I think they're spectacular. I think the guys doing it are idiots. It's spectacular, but I like the bike riding down, yeah, down places as well, and yeah, the extreme bike riding. And I think, yeah, if I was 40, 30 years younger, would I be doing that? And yeah, it wasn't really about when I was that age. Um, Probably not though, because I was working. But
Red Bull doesn't only give you wings. It appears that it makes you do stupid things like going on bike rides that
yeah,
nobody else can do.
well, I mean, but these guys do know what they're doing. I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, but the yeah, but these guys, but then somebody had written about that they've been, like you say, doing the weights since, yeah, they were in their teens. Now they're in like their 40s, and they pay for it every morning. Yeah, they wake up and yeah, and you can see it that your body is designed in a certain way. And it's funny enough, I was having this conversation with somebody, funny enough, a client this morning. Um, and I was just talking about funny enough, an historical event, 1066, the Battle of Hastings. Yeah. If it would have been possible to do the march from Stamford Stam, Stamford Bra Stamford Hill, was it Stamford Bridge, down to Battle near Hastings, basically Hastings. Yeah, according to Google, that takes 4 days. They had 10 days. They did it in 10 days, so it's possible. Despite this guy saying they probably all got on boats or something, there wouldn't have been enough boats. I think the Navy to have carried all, and they picked up people as they came down. I think this historian's missing a lot, but not enough getting okay. But yeah, as I said to someone, what you have, I think this historian's also forgetting how much fitter people were
Back then.
back then. Their diet. I mean, back then people had perfect teeth. You know, they had good teeth. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
they
I
did.
don't know.
Yeah, you do the study on this. They had good teeth because they didn't have the sugar in the diet. Um, okay, people lost their teeth and things, but yeah, but when they dig up the bones, they've all got better teeth than we have probably. So that's hold that. And
Been watch, been watching too many Hollywood films about the Battle of Hastings
well,
when
there
the
isn't
Hollywood
any.
actors all got white pearly whites
No, no,
showing
no,
off.
no, no, no. This is historical evidence from the dig up they dig up burial sites. But um, I mean, a lot after a battle, a lot of teeth sometimes went missing for various reasons.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Um, but the um, but yes, it would have been probably possible given that these guys worked on farms, they were lifting, they were doing things probably naturally. Yeah,
Yes.
they probably weren't built like the Hollywood, as you said. You mentioned Hollywood. Yeah, there isn't really any good films of the Battle of Hastings in any film I've ever seen. Um, the yeah, they were probably reasonably fit guys. They were farm hands. They were used to doing things. They were used to walking from one village to another. probably stuff on their back or pulling barrows and things, yeah, or walking the horses, and yeah, these guys could have probably done it, and they would have been practicing fighting as well, yeah. The same for them with Vikings. Yeah, I mean, basically, it was still a medieval thing. The Vikings, the farmers, they rode and they practiced fighting. I mean, yeah, they had a gym training. They didn't need to go to the gym. Their whole life was a gym, one massive gym training. But it was probably within bounds, and their diet was probably very good. It was possibly cooked meat. They wouldn't have gone for fangled things. They knew what worked, what didn't work. They drank mead beer, which is probably healthier for you to drink than the
Let's look at it like this then.
Yeah.
And I'm taking on board what you're saying, that people were more active back then,
Yeah.
and their diet was a lot simpler.
Yeah, I mean,
So
they-
I think we can honestly say that modern society is a lot more inactive
yeah,
when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the diet that people use in general today, a lot of it is industrialized and is an awful lot of salt and sugar. I
Yeah.
can understand that as well.
Yeah.
But surely that would make these people who do these gym exercise, these gym gurus, should make them head and shoulders fitter and healthier above everybody else. However, we still see them popping off at an early age.
Well, I mean, you
Which
could,
is why I ask. Which is why I ask if these illnesses,
Yeah.
if hiccups in life, like the end of life,
yeah,
is a natural occurrence. When I say
Well, yeah.
natural occurrence,
yeah, cool, yeah.
would have happened if they were doing that or not.
I think in a lot of cases, yes. It's like I said, you could have an ECG on your heart today due to some reason, be it genetic or something else. It flutters. I mean, our bodies are very, very strange. We have, I mean, you can even your brain. Obviously, we're just a mass really of carbon, electrical signals, and chemicals. Yeah, any of that can go wrong at any time. I mean, yeah, we all worry about our heart. Our kidneys are the thing to worry about. I've got a bottle of Kasasha behind me here. It's one of the worst things for your kidneys, your heart, and your lungs, and other parts of your body. Okay, moderation only.
We see little old men of 80 years old,
Well,
pissed as a fart, and they drink cachaça every day.
Well, again, that could be a fluke for you. It's like you said, the people smoking. My grandmother's the same. Exceptional, but it got her in the end. That's the point I'm making. She was 90s.
Well,
yeah,
90 something. Go on, tell me it was the smoking that killed her. Go on.
Well, let's put it this way. Yes, it was. But it was the smoking since she was 20 years old that killed her.